friends, welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS.
Get ready to learn something new today. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Gabe, and our lesson today is called A House for Renee. This week we're going to learn how to talk about places to live. Now let's start with our keywords. The first one here is ad. Advertisement. Say it again, ad or advertisement. Look at this ad. A new shoe store is opening down the street.
Move. Move. Lisa has never moved. She's lived in the same house for 20 years.
Yard. Yard. The children are playing in the yard.
Neighborhood. Neighborhood. There are 10 houses in my neighborhood.
Rent. Rent. The rent for Joanna's apartment is $550.
Sound. Sound. That movie sounds interesting. I'd like to watch it. Well, friends, I'd like to say these key words again. How about you? Let's do it. The first one is ad. Advertisement. Ad. Advertisement.
Move. Move.
Yard. Yard.
Neighborhood. Neighborhood.
Rent. Rent.
Sound. Sound. Well, hey, I think I just heard a sound coming from over here. Eddie.
Yeah?
Eddie, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you, my good-looking neighbors?
Oh, well,
That's nice.
Eddie, that's sweet.
I'm doing well.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. Can I help you with something today?
Yes, my dear neighbor Eddie, could you please give us the mission?
Oh, the mission. I know it. Here it is. Today's mission. What is Betty writing?
What is Betty writing?
What will we find out today? The answer to this mission in today's lesson. Let's go there now.
Hi, Betty.
Hi, Simon. Hi, Renee.
You look busy.
I am. I'm writing an ad. I'm looking for someone to rent my house.
Your house? Are you moving?
No, not the house I'm living in, my other house.
You have two houses?
Yes, and the family that lives in my second house is moving.
So you're putting an ad in the paper.
That's right.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, Gabe, what do you have there?
Well, I have an ad. It's an advertisement for a house. In our conversation, Betty puts an ad in the newspaper, and I have an ad right here.
Well, she puts an ad in the newspaper for something. She's looking for someone to rent her house. Now, friends, I think it's time for us to look at that key word.
That's right. The word is ad or advertisement. Ad. Advertisement. An ad or advertisement is something with information on it that lets people know that it's selling something. This is an advertisement for a house. That means someone needs to buy or rent this house.
So an ad can have words and pictures on it. Sometimes an ad even has a short story. When you read an ad, you learn information. You learn about something that you can buy or something that you can do.
And you can see ads all over the place. You can see advertisements in the newspaper, you can see them in magazines, or you can even see them on the internet. I saw an advertisement for a car on the internet.
And some ads are very interesting to read. Actually, reading ads in English is a great way to practice.
Well, it looks like we have found the answer to the mission here. The mission is, what is Betty writing?
What is Betty writing? Betty is writing an ad.
She's writing an ad for a house, but she's not moving. But let's look at that word, the word move. Move. When you move, that means you change places to live. You live somewhere else. You move to that place.
You can move from one house to another house, or one city to another city, even one country to another country.
Well, we see that Betty is not moving, but she is just trying to get someone to live in her other house.
What's your house like?
It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a big backyard.
Where is the house?
It's on Lake Avenue.
That's a nice neighborhood.
How much is the rent?
I'm asking for $1,200 a month.
That's a really good price. You'll find someone to rent it in no time.
Well, at the beginning of our conversation, Simon asks Betty, "What's your house like?" He wants to know more information about her house. And friends, this is a good sentence pattern to look at. What is blank like? When you want to know more about something, you can say, "What is your family like?" Or "What is your school like?"
And Simon asks, what is your house like? Well, Betty's house has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a big backyard.
And you just said a key word, Gabe. Let's learn it together. It is yard. Yard. Now, a yard is a part of someone's house, but it is outside the house at the front or at the back. It is an area of space that you can use to play or do something else.
Betty's house has a big backyard. Now, like Andrea said, it can also be in the front. You can have a front yard as well. So you might have a front yard or a backyard.
Well, having a big backyard sounds great. We learn more about what Betty's house is like. We learned that it is in a nice neighborhood. Friends, let's look at our next keyword, neighborhood. Say it again, neighborhood. Your neighborhood is the place where you live. Your neighborhood includes your house or apartment, the other houses or apartments around you, even stores or restaurants. Whatever is close to the place where you live is your neighborhood.
So Betty's house is in a nice neighborhood. And Simon has another question. How much is the rent?
The rent. Well, let's look at this keyword, rent. Rent. Rent is what you pay to be able to use something that is not yours.
So you can say you pay the rent on the house that you are living in. You pay the rent.
That's right. And if you live in a house that is not yours, maybe you pay rent to the owner.
You just found someone. We'll rent it.
We will?
Yes. Honey, you're always talking about moving into a bigger place, and this house sounds nice.
What about our apartment?
Didn't you say Hugh was looking for a place for Olga?
Yes.
Well, Olga can move into our place.
That's perfect. Thank you, honey.
Yes! Thank you, Simon!
That's perfect. You can say this phrase if something is so good that it's almost perfect. Renee says, that's perfect. Why? What's perfect?
Well, Renee and Simon are going to move into Betty's house. Renee always wanted to live in a bigger place. And then Olga can move into Renee and Simon's apartment.
That's right. So that means that Renee and Simon will rent Betty's house. Earlier we used this word rent as a noun, but here it's a verb. They will rent the house. That sounds nice. You know it also sounds good? Learning this key word, the word sound. Sound. You use this word when you talk about an idea that makes you feel some way. Simon says, this house sounds nice.
Yes, if something sounds nice or sounds good, that means you feel good about it.
Inspector E.
Hi friends, it's Mrs. E here. This week, Hugh is looking for something. Do you remember what it was? Let's take a look again.
I'm looking at 2-bedroom apartments. I'm looking at 2-bedroom apartments. I'm looking at 2-bedroom apartments.
Hugh is looking for an apartment for his cousin Olga. Hugh wants a 2-bedroom apartment. 2-bedroom is an interesting phrase. Let's look at it closely. 2 is a number. Bedroom is a noun. When you put 2 and bedroom together, they become an adjective to describe the noun apartment. A 2-bedroom apartment means this apartment has 2 bedrooms. Please also notice that even though the number is more than 1, the noun following the number is always singular. Let's try some examples. I often take a 40-minute walk after work. Gloria is excited about her 2-week trip to Germany. Do you understand? I hope you learned something from our 2-minute teaching. Now go and use what you learned. Remember, use it or lose it. This is Mrs. E signing off.
Conversation replay.
Hi, Betty.
Hi, Simon. Hi, Renee.
You look busy.
I am. I'm writing an ad. I'm looking for someone to rent my house.
Your house? Are you moving?
No, not the house I'm living in, my other house.
You have 2 houses?
Yes, and the family that lives in my second house is moving.
So you're putting an ad in the paper.
That's right.
What's your house like?
It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a big backyard.
Where is the house?
It's on Lake Avenue.
That's a nice neighborhood.
How much is the rent?
I'm asking for $1,200 a month.
That's a really good price. You'll find someone to rent it in no time.
You just found someone. We'll rent it.
We will?
Yes. Honey, you're always talking about moving into a bigger place, and this house sounds nice.
What about our apartment?
Didn't you say Hugh was looking for a place for Olga?
Yes.
Well, Olga can move into our place.
That's perfect. Thank you, honey.
Yes! Thank you, Simon!
Calendar phrase.
You know, Andrea, this is a nice neighborhood.
You know, Gabe, you're right. This is a nice neighborhood. There are nice houses, nice people. It's a nice place to live.
That's right. And you know what? It also sounds like today's
Calendar phrase.
The phrase today is, this is a nice neighborhood.
This is a nice neighborhood.
If you are in a neighborhood or a place where people live and you like it, you think it's nice, then you can say, this is a nice neighborhood.
And I'm sure that we have a nice skit to help you learn more. Let's go see it.
This is a nice neighborhood.
This is a nice neighborhood. There are so many nice people here.
Yes, this is a nice neighborhood.
Everyone says hello to me. This is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, the park is nice too. There are many beautiful trees.
I want to live here.
Me too. This is a nice neighborhood. This is a nice neighborhood.
This is a nice neighborhood.
Hello again, friends. It's time now for the question of the day with Eddie.
Yes. Yes. Well, here it is. The question of the day. What is your neighborhood like? Tell about it.
What is your neighborhood like? Tell about it.
I live in a great neighborhood. I have wonderful neighbors. There's a beautiful view, and there are also some good stores and restaurants in my neighborhood.
Sounds good. Friends, how did you answer this question? Think about it. We want to thank you for joining us here today on Let's Talk in English on PTS, where
Learning English can be fun. Goodbye.
Bye.